Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. Today I'm testing a bit of other ways of recording. I had another complete crash and had to bring back my PC again. Windows seems to not keep these save points, these recovery points, or however they are called. Doesn't seem to keep them over some updates, and so I lost these. No easy way out. Install again, and now I'm sitting here and I'm very frustrated about the fact that Windows does that over and over, and it seems to have something to do with my graphics cards. So the fact that my graphics card still is messing up kind of yeah, that must be the point. Sometimes after these crashes my whole PC is just fried. Seems to be something with a config or alternatively with a driver, and that messes up Windows completely. No restarts. So there's repair options, but if you don't have a recovery point, then that doesn't work. Good. You can see that I want to bring in some timers because I want to make a way to automate this. So something where this whole shebang here is built automatically. But I would like to kind of have, and that's a bit problematic, because if I'm out of materials, then I have some of these things that don't work and are not ready. And I don't know how to be safe if one of these things is. And back to it. Yeah, I have the problem that, again, I don't know, I cannot control really if these things are built, if I have missing components or something like that. And that's a bit problematic. Again, I can't leave them in here because the mass blocks might mess with the ship. The ship is heavy, and I think these few mass blocks shouldn't do anything. But they could, with constant gravity in here, and if the whole gravity reacting on mass blocks that are inside of the ship, if that still reacts, then I don't want to have them turned on or built in here. The problem is I cannot turn them on in here, at least not without maybe a programmable block that can do that, because these things, again, we tested that a button, for example, could turn on if I would build it, could turn on this thing, but the next one that gets built is not able to be built then. That's problematic, and that's one thing we might have to solve somehow. Maybe I can find out how to program a programmable block to activate just a block with a certain name, and then I could name these things a certain way. Then our problems would be solved, because then I could just have a camera, for example, in here, control if these things are built. If these things are built, then I could activate the programmable block, and these things would turn on, and then these things, could fly out. Or I could build a timer that activates the programmable block. These turn on, then the timer turns off these things. That would work, but otherwise, it's problematic. So what I decided is I want to turn these things on, have the welders weld up these things, then after a while these things turn off, the mass block should be built, and then it just gets thrown out. Or I could then react to a button press and have them on just for a battle or something like that. and then I could throw them out, and maybe that then helps. I'm not sure, but that's one thing I want to test. It will take a bit to test that. So what I want to have with this timer block here is timer block decoy 1, and this thing will activate the setup actions. Where is it? Monitored inputs. That could be from a, yeah, that's from a, I think that's from a thingamabingy, from one of the mods that I have in. So do I have a group for the merge blocks? No, I have the merge blocks simply as, so I have this merge block, toggle on, and toggle on. This thing then, yeah, if triggered, this thing will trigger on all of these merge blocks. Then these things can be built. So the next thing I could do is setup actions, and then I go for the welders. Welder, toggle on, and toggle on. Then I want to rename this and have this as timer block decoy 2, and I would say this one then toggles on the timer decoy. I would say start. Then I can set this up with just a few seconds of delay, and then this one gets only a second of delay, because this just needs to turn on these merge blocks. Because if these merge blocks are turned on, we saw that in the last videos, if you have seen it, these things then just, as long as these are not turned on, these things don't, are not able to be built. That's a good thing. By the way, this is the 6th iteration of these decoys with some different settings. But that's okay. I am good with this. Not good with it, but that's, I like it the way they are now, so this shouldn't change in any way. Yeah, there is still the thing that I want to set up another gravity gen somewhere that slows down the decoys when they go out. I misunderstood Alex Hudson there. He wants to slow them down, and we then came up with, yeah, we could just have a gravity block that, or a gravity gen that just works as a counter against the gravity of the ship, and so they just get slowed down while they are thrown out. So, although I would like to have it pretty fast, because I can't maneuver while throwing these things out. If I maneuver, they end up in one of the walls or so, and that is not what I want. Because I have them internally here. If they would be stuck to the outside of the ship or something like that, then I think I wouldn't have any problems with that. But the way it is right now, we have the problem that these things are inside of the ship. If they don't get thrown out fast enough, then that might lead to damage while maneuvering or something like that. But normally they are to disguise things, so I don't want to maneuver then anyways. Yes. Okay, we need then a bit of delay. And I don't know how much delay. So what I will do now is we should maybe activate the timer and see how that works. Nope. Ooh. Okay, we could just go in here and go for this timer block 1 and then just start this thing. Okay, again, at the moment this should activate and the welders should activate, and then oh man, I'm not good today. And then these should be built. And I want to at least see how long it takes to build these things. Okay. "10 seconds or so? That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I will call this timer decoy 3. And this will just be a delay of 15 seconds. And then this thing is just here to start the next timer. Let me go and name this timer decoy. No, decoy 4. This one doesn't need to be anything, but what it needs to be is it needs to turn the welders off. And yeah, low delay. And this one needs to be set up actions, timer, decoy block. No, not decoy block. Start this. Good. And 2 needs to start 3. These timers are timer decoy block 3 start. Because what I want to do then is have on a different trigger. Okay, what the one thing we also do is if that gets activated, we also start hanger, and we go for the groups, drop pod hanger, hanger doors front, hanger decoy. I have some, no, I know that I decoy door hanger, and we open this. Let us see if this is enough. So what I do is decoy door hanger. We close this. I just want to see if time-wise is enough. So So trigger this. This opens. These things get built. We can't see it at the moment. And this timer is running. 15 seconds. And then this one should just trigger off the welders. That's good. That's the production cycle, basically. And then we also need a drop cycle, I think. Or what we could do is that if this one is done, we let him trigger something. I'm not sure what, but that's for the future. That's for the future. We remove now these timers, I think, because we have the production cycle done. These can go. And the next thing that we need is another row of timers for the drop cycle. The drop cycle is pretty easy. What we do in the drop cycle is we turn off these merge blocks. Man, today is not a day I should record, but we turn off these get dropped, and then the only thing that we do after this is we turn off or close the hangar doors. Then we have a nice drop cycle that closes these, and then we should also turn off a lamp or a monitor or something like that. That's one thing I would like to do in the bridge then. So when we are flying this, no, other way around. If we are flying this, we want to have a way to recognize when the can I light? Oh, I have lights. Then let me see if LCD. Can we do with the floor, the corner LCDs? Can we do something like? Let me change the color. Can we do something like? I don't know. Show text on screen, debug, font size, background. Don't know, can I show that? Okay, it doesn't look too good. I need something on this screen to just be visible for me. I could make it red. I could make it something like that, just so that I can see that the decoys are ready. Okay, and we will call it decoy. We put it to the decoys so that we can say, okay, this is ready, this is done. And then go back to the decoys. I still need something to go through the hallways here, a golf cart or something like that. That would be nice. So when this cycle is done, it turns on the LCD, and it turns on this one. Just turn it on, and what we do now is we just turn it off for now. LCD off. So that we can press a button, the whole thing runs through, and then it shows us on this screen, okay, the decoys are ready. What we later could do, and I'm not sure how to do stuff like that, is have, if there's something like AND gates that we can do that. It kind of, we use some sensors or something like that to see if there is something here. For example, we could have sensors that control if there is blocks here. For example, we could just have a sensor that just controls, okay, there's no, that doesn't work because it's merged. We could do that. I'm pretty sure we could just have a sensor that just shows us, okay, this block here is done already. If we have it, for example, here, have the sensor range stick out to here, and then it only shows, or it only triggers if there is a block here in the way. That could help. Okay, then, and I'm not sure. This is something that we will do in the future, definitely. I'm not sure if I can do that before. I will have to play with that. Okay, this thing just goes for 1 second. Set up action. This is decoy drop 1, and this just triggers the merge blocks. This is decoy drop 2. This just closes the doors, turns off the LCD, I think. Okay, set up actions. This goes and merge off, decoy drop 3, decoy drop 2, decoy drop 1. These are just merge blocks. That should be the merge blocks from the decoys, and these are from the drop pod. I need to name them so I can see that. The drop pod also needs correct naming, I would say. Then it also triggers timer, decoy drop to start this, and this then setup action, hanger, groups, decoy, door, hanger. Okay, I have 2 of these groups. Close this, and you also go for the LCD, and you just toggle this block off. And let's give it 10 seconds. That's completely okay. Then I can just paint this one and get rid of it, because then the merge blocks are off again, and it should just we will test that. Okay, decoy drop 1, start. Whoosh! Nice. And this thing runs for 10 seconds or so, and then it closes the doors, and now we can just start over. If we need new decoys, we can just, this cycle can be broken, so if we need new decoys, we press this again, The doors open. Welders start. Welders are done. This one is still running. And now it should trigger this one. Everything is active for the next drop. And then we can just drop. That's so nice. I like this. I really, really like this. And then it should just, I can play around with the times, and don't know, make the times a bit shorter. That's a good thing. Nice. Cool thing. Good. That's done. We can use this now. We can see that the decoys are done and ready, or should be done and ready again. Maybe we can make that a bit more intricate if for later, so to see that, yeah, maybe have some sensors that just see that there are blocks. So because everything, nothing matters except, by the way, this block. If this block is done, then everything works, and we should be able to drop them. These blocks are, I think, not so... If this block is not done, then this block can't be done. If this block is not done, then this block is. So if something like this happens, then we maybe can go and have, yeah, something like an AND gate or so that controls if everything works. That would be nice. Yeah, but we can think about that together, I would say. Good, people. I think that's all for today. I've set up the timer blocks. We could use this system now. The next thing that we do is bring in jump drives, and then we do our first jump with this ship. Get ready to, yeah, I would say get ready to roll towards Mars and see what we have to do on the way. Because we might have to, yeah, drill ship, a landing ship, something like that would be nice to have to. And I'm not sure. We could establish this all around Mars, I would say. That's a good idea. Okay, people, I would say that's all for today. Hope you liked the episode. If you did, then please leave a like on it, and I hope to see you in the next episode. See ya, guys.